Greetings everyone, Lomberg here. I am finally back making content. It's been a long time. What have I been up to? I've been pretty busy with work. Just finished my very busy time. And I've been busy with the Civil War. This Civil War has kept me engaged in a lot of flag burning. And that's what you see on my screen here. There's nothing like a little bit of adversity to get me motivated and angry enough to make some content. This will not, however, be a rant. I'm going to point out some clear discrepancies in the terms of service and the application that Camel has, and a lot of confusion about what those rules are, rules in air quotes, right? So believe it or not, I got banned. My main got banned. Now, I've been banned. This Civil War has been going on for a little bit, and if anyone has been engaged in Civil War, they know exactly what I'm talking about, because this, I found out, is not a, not a rare phenomenon. When you're in Civil War, people resort to reporting people for attacking flags, and then Camel basically then bans you. However, I've never heard of a main being banned before. And yes, my main was banned. So I complained pretty heavily, and it was unbanned, but I still just want to point out how ridiculous it is to have a legitimate war and attacking flags with enough troops to result in a 1 hour burn got me banned without a warning for a day, right? I missed out on uranium. I missed out on all the activities that was happening, strongest commander happening. A paying account, a vet for over 5 years of playing the game got banned. So this can happen to anyone. And so let's dive into it. So what is a ban? What can constitute a ban? What did I do wrong? And how does Camel even respond to these? So if we look at some of the history, now my farms have gotten banned before. Like here you can see this is a farm that got banned before. And their response is this cookie cutter garbage that say that, look, you've done some type of irregular troop buildup, attack flag harassment against some players. So I just said, can you explain? Because I didn't send one troop. I sent enough troops. So remember, it takes about 109K or about 110K BP, not 110K troops, 110K BP to result in a max burn, which would be one hit of 1 hour. So, I don't use any type of mod, I use my phone. There's a verification after 5 minutes that, if you're doing repetitive attacks, that's how they kind of catch botting. So everything is on the up and up. And, they just come back with the cookie cutter response of just this garbage and say, look at our terms of service. So interestingly, even if you look at the terms of service, you can see it here, is that it's the game related behavior is that they say if some behavior is obviously unfair, well, it's obvious to who? Because it's not clear to the participants. It's not clear to players what you did wrong. And basically this terms of service, even more interesting, as I researched this and found out from other players, they complained about this. The exact same thing that happened. They were in Civil War, they attacked the flags, and this used to be the game related behavior. And look at this section. So a smart player looked at the terms of service and threw it back at them and said, look, you're saying enemies that attack battle you and the alliance will be considered as part of a program and not harassment behavior. Because the program is a user versus user game, you first have to bear in mind when other players attack you, you should take measures on your own to protect yourself and not request customer service from the operator to save you when you are being attacked. Exactly. So this was the term of service. That makes sense. It's a war game, right? Don't come complaining to the game moderators, especially when you're a party to the war. That look, somebody's attacking my flags. It's not harassment. Harassment would be somebody that is just a troll, that is saying bad things, in nation chat, that is posting, sexist, misogynist, horrible, insulting comments on nation chat, or even setting a fake rally from the corner of the map. So those are trollings and those are harassment, right? So when I complain to people and Camel about that harassment, they just send me something that, hey, did you discover the pest block? But yet a legitimate account, when I attacked flags using, enough troops to create a 1 hour burn, I got banned. And so what's interesting is after this player and about, a couple of months ago, they just took this out and modified this clear thing, because once this was thrown at Camel's face, like, wait a minute, we can't ban players for just attacking flags in a legitimate war game. And they just made the section shorter. They made it shorter and say, any behavior that the company thinks violates the gaming spirit. So let's talk about this gaming spirit. If you think about a gaming spirit should be, it's a war game, right? You start a war, your two alliances are in battle. And, I have nothing against the other alliance for complaining. They complained and they got what they wanted. They were able to get me. And then look at this. Also, how bans work, I'll give you a little bit of, since now I'm the ban expert. So the first ban that you get is a warning. Now, my main didn't get a warning. It's saying that, hey, you're doing some repetitive behavior. If you continue this, you might get banned. Then you get a 1-day ban. Then that gets to 3-day. Then it gets to 7-day. Then it gets to 9-day. And I didn't really care. I didn't quite understand. I went back and forth with them. I said, really, can you just help me understand what am I doing to get banned, and help me understand that? And they never really responded. Finally, when my main got banned, that's when I said, look, guys, this is absolutely ridiculous. Your responses will be made public. I will be making a public video about this. You have to explicitly explain why my main is getting bad. And they finally responded. Let's see. They finally responded. Here is where I said, look, I'm a YouTube vet. I've played for over 5 years. If no explanation is provided, I will make a public video. And then guess what? Shortly after that, I got a quick response. Like, it's only things that work with Camel is money and threats. And this is the response. Let's read it. So they finally said here, when you decide to attack other players. So first, what they're claiming here is absolute garbage. We have, sorry for any inconvenience caused. We have conducted a detailed investigation on your account. Our system automatically detected potential rule-breaking attack behavior from your account. That is absolute garbage. When I did this attack, none of this, the enemy players are not getting banned. This all happened because somebody in VIP complained, right? This is garbage. Like minutes after I did this with my main, think about it. Like, why would Camel ban a main? They can quickly see that, look, this account spends money. I've spent thousands of dollars over the years. So this thing about it being automatic is garbage. I don't have evidence to this, but I'm pretty sure this is as a result of people complaining and VIP influence. And this is also validated by many other players that had this similar experience in Civil War. But here's the key point. And again, this is one person in front of the customer rep desk that has one interpretation of those very vague, open rules of whatever violates the gaming spirit. And that rule is so open, you can drive a truck through it. But what they're saying here is, when you decide to attack other players, we suggest you use a full unit of troops to be a void detected by the system for abnormal behavior again. What in the world does that mean? So you're saying that in order to attack a flag, I have to send my full army? Like, do I need to include Titans? Do I need to include warplane? Where does it end? How does the system know? Am I sending full planes? What if I have a low garage? How does that make sense? If it's illegal to attack flags in a war game designed for territory, how in the why not put in a control that says you cannot send a fleet to attack a flag without enough troops, right? Just like Titans don't get added or warplanes don't get added with enough troops. If that rule is that explicit and it's that clear to you, Camel, then add that rule to the system that doesn't allow you to attack a flag unless you send enough troops. I would be okay with that. But this comment about sending a full fleet, so that means what that effectively does is it's allowing. So what if I don't have a full fleet? Does that mean I can't participate in burning flags? What if all my troops are dead? So, and then, the whole thing about flag burning is you send multiple fleets at the same time. Nobody can send 5 full fleets and then expect not to get hit. So effectively what they're saying is that, look, let's just all sing Kumbaya and not attack flags. And I would be okay with that, but the rules are not being applied consistently. It all depends. This game is, and this is no surprise to anyone, right? So it's about who you know, how much money you spend, what type of VIP rep you have, how loud you can complain, and that's how get it. I didn't report anybody for this, but once this became clear that this is, and it's not just my account, everybody in my alliance that was actively engaged. It's part of a war strategy that you get players. It's all about alliance points, right? So gold to repair the flags. This is a battle between, two equals in the, spending capacity and battle capacity. And so, yes, you will take any means necessary to kind of win that war. Does the war help the nation? Absolutely not. Do I think it's silly? Yes, I do. But are we going to get past our disagreements? Never, probably. It's just the egos of the people involved will not allow that. This is no different. This is just people will have conflict. And you should let people resort to fixing their own problems, and their own conflicts. I think you should moderate, Camel. Nation chat, vile, insults, pictures, those should be moderated. There's not enough moderation against, anti-Semitic comments, racist comments, all the insults about parents and children that happen, and some of the, absolute filth on nation chat should be moderated instead of attacks on flags in a legitimate war game for territory. So if, Camel, you decide to insert yourself in our civil war, then guess what? We are going to flood you and make this a problem that you wish you had never entered. So every single time that I'm urging the community to do is that if you're in a civil war, or even if you're not in a civil war, like, where does this end? Does that mean in Void you can't set a fake rally? Like, will you get banned? Should you report your opponent for that? I want this ridiculousness to be clarified by Camel. Like, if you have a strict rule that flags need to be attacked with a full fleet, where does that end? I've seen accounts that got banned for, sending one troop attacks and creating like a max burn and reducing refugees. These rules need to be made explicit and be applied consistently. None of that is happening. So in the meantime, since Camel has inserted themselves into our business and not letting players actually battle it out in a war game, this is how you can report these issues. So if you have VIP, great, you're already ahead of the game. Report to your VIP. You need the city name. You need evidence that they're sending less than full fleets. But if you don't, you can go into the settings down here. Go to other settings. Go to contact us. Hit contact us again. Sometimes you have to hit this contact us twice, by the way. Once you hit contact us, you can either hit this operator button there or report illegal activities. Whoops. And then once that report illegal activities pops up, you'll get this screen here. And this is my first reporting of the enemy flag burner. And so I said, here it is. Here's the city name. Here's them sending a partial fleet. Can you please ban them? Did they get banned? Nope. I didn't see it get banned. They probably got a warning. So, Camel basically is in business that they don't need to be. And this frustration happens to a lot of players, especially the high paying players, because usually the people that, can't resort to winning the war with, firepower or spending, or war really can't, there's no winner in a war, but, Camel kind of getting involved in banning accounts is absolutely not the way. So, my goal of making this video was to inform people and be careful. And then, because Camel never answers the question, you might keep getting escalating bans and you have to guess, what am I doing wrong? Because, so, you don't want to walk on thin ice on what can you do that Camel won't ban you. And then all this, time, effort, and money that you spend in this account because they have this arbitrary terms of service, you can just lose it because somebody interpreted, fair gaming activity, using nonsensical arguments. If you want to see the full terms of service, you can go into, account, settings, help, and then terms of service here. So same place as contact us. You can go to terms of service and you will see the full terms of service. What does this mean? Doesn't mean anything. Section 3.4, as I showed out, is just Camel's way of saying that, we interpret whatever we want to be unfair behavior. With that, I'm going to end this and I'm going to make some other content. It's good to be back. Thank you for all the messages of people that have wondered where I am. So I've been busy burning flags and civil war. I probably spent too much time burning flags and, but I just wanted to kind of point out it's ridiculous that my main got banned. So stay healthy, stay safe. I wish you all well, and I'll make some more content. Have a great day. Talk to you later.